Hello, and welcome to Retro Tech Repair. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at a tabletop arcade game that I bought for spares or repair on eBay. Today's game has more advanced sound than I've seen on any of the other VFD games that I've repaired on this channel, and it uses the fixed elements of the display in some imaginative ways to create different levels in the game, each of which is different to the last. Let's get it repaired and see how it plays. Now let's take a look at it. I did buy this on eBay. I believe it's faulty. Unfortunately I don't have the listing. I've had it a little while. So I'm excited to get to fix this because it's been sitting here for a while, and to be honest it's a little dirty, but it looks in very good condition. All of the white printing here is intact, and it does look to be in nice shape. I don't see any kind of physical damage to it really at all. It's a little bit dirty, maybe a little bit of scuffing on the screen, but we can soon polish that out. Shiny plastic bits may be a little bit scuffed too, but overall very nice. I do believe it's faulty, so let's put some batteries in and see. As with the other tabletop games, it's at least a lot of the tabletop games, particularly from Grandstand, it's 4 C cells. And I'm wondering whether this could have the same problem that we've seen in some other games. Look at the battery lid there. It does look like there's evidence of some corrosion on the back, so I don't see anything damage inside of the battery compartment. It looks like on the battery compartment itself, battery lid itself though, there might be some damage. Screws clearly have been gnarled, I noticed. There you can see there's some damage on those screw heads. I wonder whether they are original screws also, but we will see. Let's switch it on and see what happens. Oh, it's already switched on. Yeah, nothing is happening, it's completely dead. So not a big surprise, like I say, I did buy it as faulty. Never mind, let's take a look inside and see if we can find out what's going on. If you've seen any of my videos before, you'll know that I found a number of these games that have a faulty transistor, some power transistor. I don't actually know if this particular game has that same transistor. This is the first time I've had a look at one of these. These don't look like the right screws at all. Look, this looks like a wood screw from, you know, the hardware store. Not at all the right screw for this game. So that's a bit disappointing. I see the 2 other screws here are missing. Let's see if we can get inside here and figure out what's going on. Alright, so we're going to need to take this joystick off. Then we just need to peel off this little sticker here over the top. There we are, we got underneath it. Hopefully we don't lose that. And then there's a small Phillips screw in the top that we can just undo here and lift off this knob. Got a little container here that I can keep parts in as I go. We'll put everything in there, so hopefully we don't lose it. So just the 4 screws holding the base in place. Now we're inside, we see we have this kind of vinyl overlay. It looks like the printed circuit board is beneath that. Our controller panel here. First, let's unclip this panel, keep that somewhere safe, and then again we can see our printed circuit assembly. So I think I'm just going to get the plastics away from the electronics now. Got quite a lot going on underneath here. More so than on the Astro Wars games. We have a couple of sounders rather than one. It did both stereo sound. I don't know how those come out, whether they're just clipped in. I'm pretty sure that's going to have released it on the other side now. There we are. Good. That's one. feeling better about that. There we go, everything's slowly falling out. Alright, good. The battery terminals look to be in good condition. Just put the plastic aside now and we'll concentrate on the electronics. Now on this board, the on-off switch is right in the middle. There's no easy way to bridge it, so I might just bridge it with a wire between these two contacts here. Okay, so I've just soldered a wire between these two locations here on the printed circuit board, just where the switch would be, just at each end of the track. So it basically means that this is switched on all the time when I apply power from my bench power supply here, which is set to 6 volts. Then there should be power going into the board. Of course it doesn't work, but it didn't work before. So what I'm going to look at, first thing I'm going to do, just take a good look at this printed circuit board, see if I see anything that looks broken or anything like that. And then I'm going to go straight to this transistor, D882. You've just seen these fail in so many games before. That's where I'm going to start. Okay, so a quick visual inspection, didn't show anything. I didn't see any printed circuit board corrosion. I didn't see any burnt parts. I didn't see any disconnected parts. I didn't see any cracked parts. I don't see any bulging capacitors. I'm going to start with this transistor just because I know that it has been troublesome in the past in other games that I have had. Okay, so I've zoomed in, I've just brought the meter into shot, and we're going to test our transistor. It's these 3 pins here. It's an NPN, P is positive. I have my meter set on diode test. So I put my P on the positive, the base, and I should see some kind of, I see 0.6 of a volt drop across that PN junction, which is great. So that's base to emitter or collector, I'm not sure which. And then on the other one, I should see the same. And I see a short circuit. So in fact, we have a short between pins 1 and 3, and that makes that a faulty transistor. So I'm going to go ahead and switch that out. Okay, so I put the board in just a little stand here just to make soldering a little easier and desoldering. I'm going to take out our transistor. I have here a replacement transistor from another game. I'd actually remove this from to test out elsewhere. You can buy these transistors new for, you know, they're only pennies each really, but I just happen to have this one on the bench that I'd removed from another game. That's better. So that's the transistor in. Maybe we'll connect this up now to a power source, see if it works. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. With a nice blue fluorescent display, that's great. This was the link that we put on to bypass the switch. Make sure that one's still there, and it is. Okay, that one also.
Today's episode of Retro Tech Repair has been brought to you by absolutely nobody. I don't receive any sponsorship for this channel, and by the time I've paid eBay and PayPal fees, I don't receive any money for the repairs. So if you're enjoying the video today, please comment, share, like and subscribe, and if you're not enjoying the video, then well, you probably should have turned off by now, but if you haven't, give me a big thumbs down and tell me what I can do better the next time. Now, let's return to the repair.
Alright, so that should be about it. Let's just slide some batteries in. Everything's kind of pretty stable in there now. Let's just slide some batteries in and see if it works. Oh, it's making promising noises. Left and right speaker. So far I've only heard sound from the right, but maybe the left comes in gameplay, we'll see. really is quite an interesting effect compared to the other. Well, with only reassembly of the game to go, that's largely the end of our Firefox F7 repair for today. And I'm sure that many of you would ordinarily stop the video at this point, but I really would encourage you to hang around and look at some of the gameplay that this game has to offer. This game has many tricks up its sleeves and it's really interesting, so please hang around and watch the rest of the video. And as I fade in now to that extended gameplay footage and you can watch my terrible gameplaying, I just want to thank you so much for watching Retro Tech Repair.